Hi, and welcome to day 2 of growing an email list with MailChimp in Canva. Today we're going to talk about why you should dive in with MailChimp. So, we are not only going to talk about why you should dive into it, but I'm actually going to show you how to get set up. So, make sure you have an email address, an actual address, in about 10 minutes. That's about all the time it takes. So, the reason why I like MailChimp is because it's free, and they show it right there. We've got your back for free.com. They have paid options as well, depending on what you need. As you see, I'm scrolling over the top a little bit just to kind of show you what we have. But today, we're going to sign up for free. So you're going to get started with your account, and you are going to sign in using your email list and, well, your email address. And the email I used was a demo one. So since I'm showing how-tos, I might as well have a demo. And then for the username, you know, I messed up right there. You can't have a space in it, and it's going to kick me back in a minute. But just kind of show you what happens if you try to do something. And it's like, bloop, that's not right. So when you scroll down, you'll see that the username has a space. So I take the space out, and that's it for that right there. So I like to use the strong password thing from Apple because, they spoil me. So let's click get started. Now you'll check your email because they're going to send you a confirmation list before you can do anything else. So I already have it up and I'm waiting for it to show up. There it is. So you click there and you say, we're glad you're here, and activate your account. So make sure you click on that. All right, and then there's another confirmation. They just really want to make sure you're an actual person and not a bot. And then they show you all the pricings that there are. You have the premium, you have your standard, you have your essentials, and then you have that good old free. So depending on what you need, they have a level for you, but you get up to 2,000 people on your list for free. I click create. All right, now they're going to ask you a little bit more information because remember, they didn't ask you first name, last name. They wanted to make sure they were dealing with a human first. So I'll put my first and last name in here and continue. And then they want to know a little bit about your business so they can kind of tailor your products to what you actually have. So bear with me. I'm still getting used to my Mac, so I'm not as quick with it as, I usually am. But it's asked that you have a website. So if you have a website, go ahead and enter it in there, right? And that is my website that I'm actually currently playing with right now as we go through these changes. But if you don't have a website, it's no big deal. Just hover right over to no, click no, and it takes it out. Continue. Now, for your address, this isn't my home address that I'm about to put in here. But you do need to have an address in there. It will not let you go any further. So since you have a business, it's actually pretty wise to invest in a mailbox of sorts. So you'll put in a mailbox or just kind of put something in there. And then you can't put a fake mail thing in there either, because what will happen is it won't accept it. They will verify it. So don't put in a fake email address. So put in your post office info, your mailbox. You can actually go to I just drew a whole blank. But you can actually go to UPS and get one there. And it'll ask you next, do you have any contacts? You probably don't because you're brand new. And then it'll ask you, what do you plan to offer? Right? Like, what kind of goods? Are they physical goods? Are they services? Like, are you an organizer? Is there other? So I picked that one. And then if you want, you can subscribe to their magazines. They give a lot, not magazines, but their newsletters. They give a lot of information. I opt out because I already have them with my other stuff. So it kind of gives you an idea of what you want to do next. They want you to start designing your first email. So since we have MailChimp already up and running, let's kind of play around in here a little bit. So we're going to design our first email. I love templates. I love free templates, and it's always going to entice you to upgrade or whatever. But the free ones are just fine. So you can kind of play around with what they have. Again, I apologize for my scrolling. I'm going to get there. And then if you don't like any of those, they have templates. They also have themes. And the ones that we don't have access to, it'll say upgrade. But you can work with the free stuff. So it gives you the template. You can have, all you're doing is literally changing the wording in the blocks that are in there. So if you want to use one of those, that's fine. You see, you upgrade now to use that one. That one's free. That one's free. And then if you want to go over to themes, it'll give you themes, which actually gives you more stuff in there. So again, like the other one, if it is one that requires upgrade, it'll say it when you hover over it. So that one's free, that one's free, that one's free. So let's see what else we got. Postcard. So let's start with the postcard. That's actually pretty simple. All right, now while this is loading, it's going to give you the stock everything that they have in there. Everything is there customizable, from the pictures to the words that are in there. Like, you can change the colors and everything. So like if you click on a block, everything comes up. So what you can do here is click on any of the text. You can delete it and then add in whatever you want to add. Hello world. All right. And then you can get rid of basically everything. Everything is editable. If you want to get rid of this whole square, you can. But just to kind of keep things simple, we're just highlighting and replacing the words with your own. So bear with me. Yeah, that's too much. I don't want to yell at you. Ooh, I don't want to ask you a question either. Or clearly I do want to ask you a question. All right, and then you can change the body there, and then you head down to the bottom, and the footer information is where you have your mailing address, which is why you want to have a P.O. box or not your actual mailing address on there, because that's a bit much. So from here, you change the title of your email, which is actually listed as a campaign. You save it, just so you know which one it is. You click on to, but you don't have any contacts today. But we're going to get into that tomorrow as far as how to create a landing page to grab those contacts. So you don't have to worry about that right now. And then, let's see. Your subject line, you want to make sure it yells, but that's another day. That's another day. But you want to make sure you have a compelling subject line to keep their attention, but something that doesn't look all spammy and crazy. So I'm going to type mine in. Pretty simple. And then your preview text is that little thing that shows up in your email. You know how when you have your email and then under that it's like a little preview line, which actually isn't in the email itself when you click on it, but it just kind of gives them a heads up of what is to come. Then you hit save. And then you scroll down and you can actually see the email. And then if you want to, you can share your campaign, since this is in a postcard format, but you can share any of the emails. But you can check your new stuff out in your campaigns. That's where all of your creations are. Your landing pages, your emails, everything are all in there. So just to kind of give you a quick overview, you want to make sure that you have your information in there, your basic information. If you want to change your password, this is where you change it. And then if you want to add a website, let's say you get one, you add it there now. And then your connections and notifications, all of that are in there. That's how they get to you. And then you also want to go into your settings and make sure that those are good to go as well. That's it for today's lesson in a nutshell. That's it for today. See you tomorrow.